evening on this 4th of July weekend. I hope you had a great 4th of July. Hope that you went out and saw the fireworks this evening. And I hope that you had fun with your parents and with your family this weekend. I know the Shields went over to their grandfathers today and had a good time swimming in the pool. Question is, was I invited? No. I used to go, but they don't invite me anymore over to there. Not because they're being mean or anything. They just don't, because I guess they don't consider me family. I mean, the Shields, like Sean and Charlie, they do, but I don't think the grandparents really want me there. And the real reason is, I think it really stems back from when Robbie used to go with us and Joy used to come, and all they would do is just come over and eat food and wouldn't bring anything. I always would bring something, but they would never bring anything. Joy brought something, but Robbie would always just eat stuff. He wouldn't talk. And he would actually eat, most of the food, more food than anybody else. But he would never ever say nothing to nobody. He just shovel in the food, man. That's all he ever did. And that's really a shame, about that. But, it caused me not to be able to go there anymore. Now, of course, Joanne actually said that I could come, but Sean says she don't want to push the issue any further, so she just doesn't allow me to go there anymore. I think it's probably like they want me to come, but really don't because of what happened with me and Frank, and I think it has something to do with that too, even though it's not out there. But anyway, 4th of July is about family and fun, and I hope everybody had a good time wherever they were. If they were at the beach or they were, wherever they were, I hope that you thought about the Constitution, and I hope that you thought about why you're drinking your beer or drinking your root beer if you're a Christian. And I hope whatever you're drinking, your soda, your water, your tea, or whatever you drink. But I hope while you're drinking down the suds and drinking down the soda or tea or whatever you're drinking, along with your hot dogs and hamburgers and all the good times you're having, along with the fireworks, that you were thinking about freedom. Because freedom is important, folks. Freedom we got to have. If we don't use it and exercise our freedoms, we will lose them, like I always say. Because it's true. Freedom is not meant to be a candy wrapper of a word. Freedom is supposed to be a real part of our lifestyle. That's what made this country deemed different from all other countries in the globe, that are on the globe. Because we ourselves, our ancestors, even though you don't remember because you weren't coming over here from Europe and Africa and other places to escape all the horrible, hard persecutions and oppression that they were under. So a lot of people came over here to escape that, But, a lot of people, in order to start a country here and start Christianity here in America shortly after. In 1776 is when signing of the Declaration of when the states' independence was signed, and it gave the states, they all became a union, and therefore we became a nation, which is known as the United States of America. So a lot of times when we're out here socializing among ourselves, we need to think about the freedoms that we had, because this country is based on a lot to do with God, and it's based on freedom and about escaping from countries that would kill people based on things because they didn't believe the same way that they believed, or they would get beaten, or they would be thrown falsely in prison. What do you think Obama's doing and his administration's doing by allowing all these people to come over here? Number one, it's not humanitarian, because they're not immigrants. They didn't leave from here to come back to here. These people that are here are coming from other countries that can't afford to keep them because their economy is so bad and so corrupt. And what's going to happen here, that lawlessness here is going to come here. Because it's not just Mexicans and Haitians and Malians that are coming in here. It's all people from all over the world. It's like I call a massive exodus from Egypt. Like what happened with Moses. They had to flee Egypt to go to the wilderness, and then they ended up in the promised land, where they had milk and honey, later on. But they had the flood, the slavery of Egypt. Well, that's what's happening here. And it's going to destroy our country from within. I mean, And the churches that are taking a stipend from the government for doing this is wrong, because it's a crime against humanity, and it goes against what the Bible teaches, because we're not gaining anything from it. There's no blessing that's going to come from it, because this is like a soft kill on us as a nation, and on our economy, and on all our resources. You know, we're already having problems as it is, and already there's cities already starting to show signs of being overrun with these foreign aliens. I don't want to say refugees, because they're not refugees either, that are coming in here and inundating our population. Our country is overrun with these people. You know, now if they had papers, and they had passport, and they had a visa, and they had all the right papers, I would have no problem with them being here. But by Obama allowing them to come in here with just simply fiats and amnesty is not the right way to go about it. It's illegal what's happening here. And this stuff has got to stop. So, you know, when you're thinking about and putting down all those burgers and hot dogs and talking amongst your friends, discuss about all these things that are happening in our country. Discuss about how they want to infringe on your right to bear arms and to have free speech, and on your rights and where you places and areas of where you worship, where they want to take that all away and come up with some other type of worship, which will be state-run and government-run. And practically in a lot of congregations, in some ways, it already is become that. Because a lot of people don't know how to, you know, when they sign on to the charter C3 churches, a lot of them have signed on to that inadvertently when they sign every year to renew their tax exemption status. So, you know, I would really think about that, and, you know, just give you something to think. I hope you had a good Fourth, and I hope you really discussed these things openly as a family, and I hope you thought about them and really thought about your history, where you come from, because that's just so important, folks. If you don't know your history, then you're only destined to repeat what we're not supposed to repeat. And when people don't learn history, that's why it's repeated. So start looking at your history. Start discussing this. Start peacefully protesting. You know, start forming rallies that are peaceful, and get it okay with the area, and go through the right hoops so you're able to have this type of rally to demonstrate peacefully in your areas, and go through the right channels of process to do that. You know, what do you think about also them doing away with due process? You know, that's another thing. But this is stuff we have to really, really discuss openly about. So anyway, these are just some of my things on the 4th of July. I hope that you will talk about these things. That way freedom and liberty can always be actively engaged in our nation as a whole and as a society. This is Michael DeSilvis. Subscribe down below just to tell you a little bit about freedom. And please tell people about this channel. And please donate if you can. And I want to say thanks to all those who are donating. Thanks. I love you. And I'll see you tomorrow with another update. Happy 4th. Bye for now.